Welcome to this Sunday's Gospel Reflection. Trinity Sunday. There was a time, quite a long time ago now, when in cinemas, I remember they would offer magical, spectacular films. They were films in 3D, that means three dimensions. Well, actually, these were very different from the conventional films that we see projected on a flat screen. You watched the film through a pair of special plastic spectacles. Without them, the picture, would be blurred and appears confused with overlapping images. But if you put on those special 3D spectacles, then the images would take a new life. And they give you the clear feeling that you're not just watching a picture, but you are part of the picture, right in the place, in the action, the very life of the story, because it is in three dimensions. You are immersed in the experience. And the spectator, he finds himself part of the action and not just someone watching an action. Today, we are celebrating the fact that our God is indeed a 3D reality, a reality in three dimensions. God is not just someone who is bigger, more powerful than us. He is not a solitary supreme being who decides what happens to whom. God is life itself. And this is what we are celebrating today. Today's feast is a big challenge to our ideas of who God is. We have grown up with the classic statement that we got used to. God, oh God is Trinity. And we simply repeat what we have been taught in our catechism. And Trinity means three persons and one God. You see, we humans, we love numbers. We describe, we calculate, we measure life through numbers. So you see us counting the number of years we have, the number of children in the family, the amount of money. We count our blessings. Numbers can be fascinating. Have you ever asked your little child how much he or she loves you? Inevitably, the child would quote a number. Oh, mommy, I love you 100. I love you 1,000, million. We humans, we need to count. We need to calculate everything in numbers. But as we grow up, we know that love cannot be calculated or measured by numbers. Because love is a relationship. And love is the miracle which turns many people into one. Yet it is love that makes every person unique, precious. Wherever there is love, there is a lover and a beloved. So if God is love, then God must be more than one. If God is love, He cannot just be a lonely, almighty, powerful creator or dictator for some. If God is love, He must be lover and beloved, bound in an intimate, tender, loving union and communion that makes Him one. God is the lover, so we call Him Father, as Jesus has taught us. God is also the beloved, so we call Him Son, as Jesus has taught us. God is the love that unites Father and Son. So we call him Spirit, as Jesus has taught us. Believing in God is believing in a three in one Trinity that expresses the universal, the supreme love that is the beginning and end of all creation. Yes, God is these three dimensions that define or describe God as one and three. This is the three dimension that turns every reality into a living and a loving relationship. This is the fullness of life that Jesus promised to all who embrace love as their God. Love is what creates life. Love is what gives and sustains life. So it has to be one and many. How sad it is when too often, we stop at just one dimension of life, and that dimension is ourselves. And that is a selfish, self centered prison, incapable of seeing anyone else but its own interests, comfort, and ambition. It's when we see ourselves as gods, capable of doing it all, having it all, enjoying it all. It's when we think that life is all about us, and that makes us all dead people walking. How sad it is when we stop at just two dimensions. It is when we look at the others only as a means to satisfy our needs or pleasure, doing for us what we cannot or do not want to do ourselves. In this two-dimension existence, we become exploiters, bloodsuckers. Others become simply to be exploited, to be used, or quickly disposed of, according to our whims. How marvelous and enchanting it is when we discover, when we embrace the third dimension of life, which makes it so beautiful and meaningful. And this dimension is love itself. We call it the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of love. It is this Spirit that cannot be contained, controlled, or limited, who helps us to discover our real greatness, our preciousness and dignity. It is this Spirit that inspires, sustains us in a true and meaningful life. He is the source of a love that it is indeed true and lasting. It is this Spirit of love who frees us to give up ourselves so that we can find ourselves by dying to ourselves. It is this Spirit who helps us become fully who we are by lovingly embracing those who are different from us. This is the God that Jesus came to reveal to us. This is the God in 3D that we are celebrating today. Let us open our hearts to this gift that has already been given to us. He is the only one way to the real and full life that God has created us for. Let us today make ours that prayer that Jesus made in our name, that they may all be one, as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that you have sent me, and the glory which you have given to me, I have given to them, that they may be one, even as we are one. I in them, you in me, that the world may know that you have sent me, and you have loved them as you have loved me. Let this prayer of Jesus become a reality when we discover that we are made in the image and likeness of the Holy Trinity. So let us stop counting the number of people around us. Rather, let us start seeing God in each one of them. Through God's loving eyes, we will discover that each one of them, each one of us, is someone who really counts. Thank you, and God bless you.